I'm here today with Karen Nicol in her lovely basement studio. She lives in Surrey, quite close to Hampton Court Palace. And I can see, Karen, that like most textile studios, this is full of inspiration.
Absolutely.
Surrounded by it.
Yeah, this is my frantic sketchbook page.
Oh, that's an interesting expression.
Yeah, it's an ongoing movable feast.
Okay.
Yes, it's my inspiration for what I do.
And have you always been interested in textiles?
Yes. My mum was worked in textiles with an embroiderer, and she did all sorts of things, and so I've done.
You were surrounded by it right from an early age.
Yeah, when I was 13, she made me a pattern block and said, right, I'm not going to buy you any more clothes. You just make your own clothes. I'll buy you all your fabric from the market.
And off you went.
So that was fantastic.
And then where did you go? Where did you train?
I went to Manchester Art College and did embroidery. Did a BA in embroidery, and then I went to the Royal College of Art. And they didn't have embroidery there, but I did. They actually got machines in for me eventually, but I did knit with embroidery on it.
Okay, that's a fascinating combination, with embroidery on it. And then you went into the fashion industry.
Yes, yeah. When I left college, I was making clothes, knitted clothes, but I started. I just put them all in a suitcase and went to Paris and went round shops and just walked in and said, will you buy me? And somebody bought some, and then that led me eventually to working with a German fashion designer who I worked for 10 years, and I dropped the knit and just concentrated on embroidery.
Okay, and we've got here a kind of an embroidery sketchbook.
Yes.
Is that what you call it?
Well, when I worked for 20 years freelance with fashion designers, collaborating with fashion designers from, Clements Ribeiro, John Rocher, Matthew Williamson, all sorts of people like that. For many, many years I did that. And what I do when I go and see the designer at the beginning of the season, about a month before the shows, they call you in. And if you take designs, finished designs, they just say, I want one of those, one of those. And what I like to do is to do something different all the time. I get bored really quickly. So I take this scrapbook in, which just has different techniques and different ideas and qualities and resin and all sorts of things. This was actually a cushion for the Pope. But all this was the...
This looks like cut felt.
Yes, this was for Matthew Williamson. This was a wedding dress for the King of Kuwait's niece. All sorts of things. So it's just different things you can do with textiles, really, just a touch.
This is plastic?
Yeah, this is sequin ribbon before you cut the sequin, before they punch the sequins out.
Okay.
So I buy it and then cut my own, and you can bend it. And so these
are kind of like elements that can be just
and
put
qualities,
together.
So that people might say, my collection is based on Eskimos, but I like this quality or this kind of. So what it's done is it's meant that over the years I've had every season it's opened up more and more challenges. This, for instance, this one was this one. Betty Jackson wanted fabric to look like drops of water.
Yes.
So I came back to the studio and I got all my glass beads out, and the glass beads just look so boring. So I started to play around with resin and found that I could do these. I made smaller spots in the end because it was solid, but it means that it gets the best out of collaboration because it pushes you forward all the time.
Yes. Moving the boundaries.
You're trying to do something new.
Well, I know that you also, as collaborating with these, you have other exhibitions, and this we're going to talk it more in depth. But this is one of your lace skirts, wasn't it?
Yes.
Exhibition.
Sorry, working with fashion designers, of course, and with interior designers, because I did a lot of interiors as well. Your name is kept totally quiet. That's the textile designers lot. And so I decided that I wanted to have my work under my name for a time. So I got an exhibition at the Rebecca Hossack Gallery in in
Lost a bit, sorry.
in Charlotte Street in London, and I still wanted to work in a kind of fashion way, but I wanted to also do lots of different things. So I chose lace because I could do lots and lots of different things. It would have one umbrella title, but I could try lots of things so I wouldn't get bored. So I made 15 lace skirts, which were wall skirts, which hung flat, hung open.
like art.
Yes.
And this you do from scratch.
Yes,
These
I just
birds.
draw them and then embroider them on the Irish
So you're very
machine.
throwaway with that. I just draw them and I do them on this Irish machine. I'm completely in awe. And we've got two lovely. This is another exhibition you're going to tell us about the monkeys. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's lost his
Right.
ear.
He's in progress.
And this is also a work in progress. Explain what's going on, because we've got a bit of plastic and things.
Yes, this is going to be I wanted to. I love cut glass. I love the look of it, and as I said before, I love to challenge embroidery. I think it's embroidery mixed media. It's the most amazing way of working. You can push it and push it and push it. So I thought I'd try and make one of my monkeys for my show to be inspired by cut glass. So I started with the centre. It's a mandrill. I chose a mandrill, and so I just cut
rough,
plastic
isn't it?
bags. Yes, this goes around the top, and then I've drawn all the cut glass shapes, which I'll then embroider on transparent fabric with transparent thread.
Yes.
The plastic will go here. This is
Yes.
aquafilm.
That's that wash away stuff.
Yes, that steams away.
Yes.
And so it'll end up to be hopefully
Beautiful.
cut glass
Well,
mandrill.
I'm sure it'll be gorgeous. And you're a bit of a scavenger too. You like recycling, don't you?
Yes.
Very green in that sense.
Oh, I suppose so. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I really do it because it's so inspiring.
Yes.
This show with the skirts, I made a rule for myself that all the materials would be found at car boots. So I used a lot of braids and things like that from car boots. And I teach at the Royal College of Art. I was visiting professor there, and ran the mixed media course there for many, many years. And I was research fellow for a bit there, and I was meant to write a book, which I wanted to do about museums because I love museums. They inspire me. You know, I just love going to museums. But I never got the time with all my work
No, I can imagine.
to go to do this research I had to do. And then one day I was sitting in here, and I just looked around and I just thought, well, it's all here. It's, everything I could ever write about. And I realised that almost like learning a language in your sleep, I was taking all this stuff
Osmosis.
in. Yes.
Yes.
And it was feeding into all my designs as I was going. So I wrote a book just purely.
It's the book.
Yes, on the things around the studio and how they've influenced my work.
I'd say there's not much writing in here. It's my sort of
No.
book. It's all pictures.
Yes.
All pictures and
Well,
inspiration.
that's what I wanted it. I wanted it to be so visual. Because when I look at books for inspiration, I look at the pictures.
Yes. Well, I think most of us do.
Mm.
Well, I want to thank you so much for letting us into your
Pleasure.
studio today. It's been a real joy.
Thank you. Thank you.